Hi there, Rebecca here, your Vibe Mentor, bringing you another video on how to raise your vibration. Wanted to give you some tips and tricks today on how not to screw up your kids. I know that doesn't quite sound so nice, does it? But I think there's a sort of a pendulum swing that happens when, for a long time, many generations didn't value or respect kids. Kids were to be seen, not heard. It was kind of a suck it up buttercup attitude, bootstrap it and tough out, how you feel or the needs that you have that go unmet. And then, especially in the spiritual community, there was sort of this free range parenting style. And I certainly, I don't want to say guilty, but I've given it a try. I've experienced it with my oldest, my 15-year-old, and I did not see the benefits of that I had hoped, where the looseness of not really truly guiding our kids as much as they need to actually ended up hurting my son. And in my studies of complex trauma, it's come to light that being too controlling is also just as bad as not being firm enough. And I don't want to use the word control because we're not here to control our kids. Our kids are our greatest teachers just as much as we are here to teach them. They are teaching us. And so it's, we're in a co-parenting relationship, if you will. But essentially, by allowing kids to do whatever they want, giving them so many toys that they don't know what to do with them all, or they get tired of unwrapping them, which I was guilty of one year, it can hurt them. And complex trauma comes from either a parenting relationship where the needs are not met and the child essentially feels unsafe. That's their perception, their perceived perception of unsafety for an extended period of time. Now, you would think that giving your kids lots of hugs and kisses and telling them that you love them and letting them do whatever they want would be, they would receive the message that they are loved and cared for, when in actuality, letting them do whatever they want and not giving them firm enough boundaries actually subconsciously sends the message that they are not loved enough to have rules, that they're not loved enough for you to be firm with them. And it's very interesting how complex trauma can come from a lack of boundaries, a lack of rules, a lack of discipline. And it's something that really shocked me when I discovered it, that I could love on and hug and kiss my kids all day long, but if they are not getting the discipline that they need, they will feel abandoned and unloved, unworthy. Essentially, complex trauma results in the unworthiness pandemic, right? Epidemic that we have globally right now, where we receive this message that we are not enough, that there's something wrong with us, and we internalize and we blame ourselves for all of our needs not being met. That our basic core needs being met is what programs the subconscious to believe that I am valuable, right? And so as a parent, we not only need to give them lots of hugs and kisses and love, but we also need to give them discipline and boundaries. We also need to be firm and to say no and to teach them how to have healthy balance, right? My kids got into a habit where every time we went to the store, they thought they needed a toy. Now that's hard for me because I don't like to tell my kids, no, I'm not going to take care of you. But really, that's my misperception of the message that's being delivered. And actually, they value more in the long run, in the subconscious brain programming. It is more of a benefit to tell them, no, I'm sorry, we're not going to get a toy today. We just had Christmas. We've got birthdays coming. You have more toys than I know what to do with. It's no. Right? So there's that. One, lots of love, kisses, hugs, right? Affection. Two, boundaries, discipline, rules. Three, eye contact, presence, truly listening, and listening to hear, not listening to respond, not listening to go, yeah, I got to go do my thing, right? Because abandonment or the feeling of abandonment can come from a lack of full presence. Even though you're physically in the room, if you're too busy working, you're too busy on your phone, guys. The phone is the antithesis of presence, right? That the kids get the message that the phone is more important than me, right? I did a fun little tip to help put the phone down. I found a screensaver that said, put the phone down. So every time I pick up my phone, that home screen says, put the phone down. My kids love it because it really does make me question every time I pick up the phone. Is this really necessary? Are they looking for my attention? Right? You may be sitting in the same room, they're sitting on the floor playing, you're on your phone and they're playing. They will look at you 100 times in 10 minutes to see, are you paying attention to them? And subconsciously, we are programming them, especially 0 to 7. And so every time you're looking at them, the message is, I'm loved, I'm valuable, I'm important, I'm needed. When you're not looking at them, I'm not loved, right? Subtle, subtle messages the subconscious is internalizing. So your presence is really, really critical. And then finally, I would say, how many are we at here? I got to count for the title. So love, affection, hugs, kisses, right? Presence, boundaries, rules, and being firm, right? And saying no. Presence, your attention, your focus. Regularly, I would say shoot for bare minimum 30 minutes a day. If you can go for an hour, great. If you can go many hours, awesome, even better. I don't think you can have too much presence with kids unless you're not taking care of yourself. Of course, there has to be a balance there. So where we're at 3 and 4, super, super important. Everything that I stand for. So I don't know if you knew, but VIBE mentor, you notice VIBE is always capitalized. That's an acronym. It stands for value and intention-based education. So what I feel most passionately about is not only helping you jump into your life purpose and shine your light the way you were designed to shine, but also to teach kids that they are valuable, right? Because complex trauma comes from unmet needs, programs the subconscious to believe I'm not worthy, I'm not valuable, right? Which was something that we all struggle with. Many of us in light worker community struggle with, I'm not valuable, I might be rejected, I'm afraid of being seen, right? And all of that comes from the subconscious programming of abandonment, rejection, unmet needs, right? Where the parents didn't deliver the message to the child that you are valuable, right? My time and attention tells you you're valuable. My boundaries and my rules tell you you're valuable. My love and affection tells you you're valuable, but there's a whole nother layer there that we could be doing that we're not right now. And before I die, I promise you this, it will be in public education, is the study of self. We need to know who we are and what our value is. I'm covered in goosebumps, so thank you for the confirmation. We need to know what our value is. We need to start self-discovery very, very early on. So here's a crazy thing with complex trauma. The child is not getting its needs met. It's internalizing the belief of not enoughness. It's internalizing my needs are not valuable. My needs are a problem. My needs are what's causing me pain. And so I need to bury them. I need to bury my needs and I need to bury who I am, right? Because inherently at our core, we are led to believe, right? Subconsciously programmed to believe that our needs are broken and wrong and that we are broken and wrong. And so by not understanding and burying our needs, we forget who we are. And we become inauthentic, inadvertently trying to survive and trying not to get hurt and rejected and abandoned anymore, right? So if we want to prevent this for our kids, we need to help them see their value and their worth, right? My youngest, Felicity Marie Dorschner, is the most beautiful angel on the planet. She is full of joy, very optimistic, very happy and bubbly. She loves to talk. She's very extroverted. She loves to engage with people. That's her gift, right? And so we talk about, what do you like to do? Do you like to talk? Do you like to make people happy? Do you like to be funny and silly and make people smile? And so she knows that as far as we can see right now, this is one of her gifts, is spreading joy and laughter, right? And then my second I probably will refrain from saying their full names. That maybe that's not the safest thing to do on YouTube, but I'm going to trust that you guys are going to take care of my kids and help me take care of my kids. So Lexi, Alexandra, she is very, very wise, very, very intelligent, kind of an old soul. She's got soul. She's got kind of a stoic aura about her. She knows I'm strong, I'm wise, I'm intuitive, right? She knows things. She knew things when she was 6 months old that 6 months old baby should not know, right? And so these are the things that kind of surface as I raise her and I get to see her, I get to mirror to her what her value is or what some of her strengths are, what some of her gifts are, right? She's very creative. She loves to draw, right? So we talk about it and we give her opportunities, right? We set her up for success by allowing her to explore her gifts and bringing awareness to the fact that they have the need to feel valuable, right? And even just talking about it, right? Conscious awareness is one of our superpowers, right? As in quantum physics, right? When we observe an atom, we can change it from a particle to a wave, right? So just sheer consciousness, just sheer awareness of the gift allows it to grow and blossom, right? And it allows the child to see, I have value, right? And this is very, very important. My kids are 4 and 6. And so this is the critical moment. My son, of course, he has gifts too. He's 15. I didn't know this stuff when he was younger. So I'm still going to have to, fix some of that with him. But, he has gifts too. And we talk about his ability to be creative with his mind. He loves creating D&D worlds, right? And so the story creation, he's excellent at. And so I will preface this that too much fantasy is not a good thing, so I'm not necessarily encouraging that, but we'll stick with the theme today of how do we help our kids, right? So start to pay attention to their gifts. And as an adult, if you feel like you resonate with some of this story, you may potentially have unworthiness challenges, potentially complex trauma in your life. It can also come from a toxic relationship later in life. It doesn't have to be in childhood, but any sustained period of time where you don't feel your needs are met or you feel safe. So if you resonate with this, start to look at who you are. What is your gifts? What is your value? And then set intentions, right? Value and intention-based education, Vibe Mentor. Know your value, set intentions to use it, right? We need to be of service. So we need to teach our kids, how does the world benefit from your gifts? How are you built to contribute to the greater whole? So I absolutely feel extremely passionate about you and your potential and helping you step into your life purpose and be the highest version of you, right? So that you can live your best life. You are perfectly imperfect for your purpose. And I have sharpened my skills at helping people overcome complex trauma, overcome unworthiness issues, and step into their full power and live their life purpose. So I have coaching and courses to support you in that. I have a couple of free meditations below if you want to start there and get to know me. I would love to support you and get to know you further. And so check out the links below, and I will see you on the next video. Namaste, my friends.